in my mind, what will happen again is if we have one kind of establishment person emerge, and I'm going to say Jeb Bush. I mean, I think Jeb Bush is. If I had to guess right now, I'd have to say Jeb Bush is going to be the nominee. But if he decides he's going to run, you're going to have all these other people out there, right? You're going to have maybe Walker and maybe Christie if he's still around, and a couple of others. But if Jeb Bush is the establishment choice, when's the last time an anti-establishment figure took down the establishment? So it was your former boss, was it not, Ronald Reagan? I mean, that was 1980. When has it ever happened since then, Ed?
It hasn't, and the truth of the matter is the way our structure is set up, where we end up with fairly, and we go back to the winner-take-all states on the primary process. The race is who has money, who can raise $75 or $100 million for the primaries. And one of the things that bothers me, and I think as we started this conversation, is that there are a lot of billionaires who can do good things like the Koch brothers and what have you. But they also now are playing kingmaker, and they come in and they basically offer somebody a substantial independent expenditure campaign. And I think at the end of the day, it confuses messages, and it makes it very, very difficult for a campaign to go out and build the grassroots
for the people,
small donors with the people, and that's what we need. And I think one of my issues that I keep fighting with people is you can't eliminate the Tea Party. The Tea Party is the base of the volunteerism in this country. They were very critical players in 2010. This is a game about addition. When you're a minority party, you've got to basically be adding people every day.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly don't want to subtract the Tea Party supporters. You may not agree with them. You may not like the fact that they do primary challenges sometimes. You may not like it that they're taking on the establishment sometimes. But at the end of the day, we need every voter we can get, and we need to basically somehow reach to younger voters. In my sense, where we're going to get younger voters is not on the social issues. Many of them are libertarian, but you're going to get them on the fiscal issues long term because this country's a mess. And obviously, we need to fix that. We need to articulate something different than the Democrats.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about the Tea Party. I mean, look, when you think of successful political movements that are conservative-oriented over the past 25 years, I mean, without a doubt, the Tea Party has been the most successful. I mean, after getting drubbed in the 2008 elections, and after George Bush saw the 2006 disaster in the midterms, turning the House and Senate over to the Democrats, losing the presidency, the most left-wing person who's ever stepped into the White House, probably Barack Obama, only bright light was the Tea Party, for goodness sakes. And yet we still got a lot of establishment types who look down their noses at the Tea Party. They give them kind of lip service. I'd say Eric Cantor, by the way, is one of them. Give lip service to the Tea Party, and then they get reelected, and then they're doing their powwows with all the Democrats on critical issues.
Well, I totally agree with that, and I think one of the mistakes that Boehner has made is this very substantial group of the House people, members who support Republicans, who support the Tea Party agenda. Many of them got elected in 2010 by their support, and I think we got to see them as a very important coalition, just as the religious right has become a very important coalition to the Republican Party. And we have a tendency to kick them all the time, and they're now 1/4 of the American electorate. They vote 85% for us. So at the end of the day, you somehow have to do a balancing act and make sure that they all have a voice and they're all in the game. But we've got a long, hard battle ahead of us. We still, as I said, we've got to win those 8 states that we didn't win last time that are still going to be the battleground.
Right. I mean, so you got to think of, if Jeb Bush is the nominee, what state is he going to win that Romney couldn't? And or Christie's not, what state could he win that Romney couldn't? I mean, you got to start thinking in those terms. And I just think, Ed, all these people, I'm thinking of running for president. If someone like Jeb Bush decides he's going to run for president, and he's already lined up 7 of the top 10 big Republican bundlers, I'm just not going to spend a lot of time covering these other candidates. I mean, I'm just really not, because the establishment almost always wins.